Every child dreams of going to space, and for one Christchurch teenager, that dream is one step closer to becoming a reality. Here's Marcus Gibbs.
7, 6, 5. All three engines up and burning. 2, 1, 0, and lift off.
To above and beyond. For decades, the world has sent men and women into space, but as yet, no New Zealander has ever had a chance. Perhaps Sienna MacArthur-Beadle might be one of the first. The 17-year-old Christchurch Girls High School student is an avid fan of all things space. She's one of 150 students from around the world who've been selected by the Royal Society of New Zealand to attend the International Advanced Space Academy in the USA this July.
I'm looking forward to meeting the nerdy astrophysicists and such.
Sienna's excited for the opportunities she'll get at Space Camp. She'll receive hands-on astronaut training, as well as learning about the mental, emotional and physical demands astronauts must face.
We're doing scuba diving at some point and experiencing weightlessness and also 4Gs, which is 4 times the force of gravity. So that's going to be a very odd experience that will feel very weird.
Her physics teacher can't wait for her to experience life at Space Camp. He says it's right up Sienna's alley.
Sometimes we go on tangents and Sienna just takes this conversation into very cool areas in space.
Mr. Shields is even happy to admit he's feeling pretty envious of Sienna right now.
I think to have such an opportunity, I would have loved to have done something myself as a kid, so truly envious. It sounds amazing.
5 other New Zealand students have been chosen to go, but Sienna is the only one from the South Island. She was selected for her genuine interest in space science, and she's grateful for the chance to go.
I've always been fascinated by space and space science, and so it's really nice to be hands-on in America where lots of the action happens, as opposed to New Zealand where we don't even have a space program at all. So it's just nice to be closer to it.
It's easy to see why she's fascinated. Even scientists lack many of the answers to what's actually out there.
Just the fact that it's also unknown and so vast and is really difficult to comprehend as a person. Just the fact that something is infinite. It's impossible to get your head around.
Sienna is a staunch believer of the moon landings. So what does she think of the possibility of little green men somewhere out there?
Yes, there are definitely other life forms out there somewhere. Just because we haven't found them doesn't mean that we're not here.
Without a national space program in New Zealand, Sienna says it would be a challenge to become an astronaut, but she does have plans to study a science degree and would one day love the opportunity to travel to space. Marcus Gibbs, CTV News.